The whole world I wait for this. I make the beat drop off.
Yo, listen, I didn't expect anyone to be here. I don't expect anyone to be here. This is weird streaming hours, you know. My apologies. There could be no weekend warm up this morning with me and my brother Waffle Don. That was all on me, 100% on me, because today, December 12th, was a very busy day. There was just no way I could get around today's schedule. I couldn't move anything around, couldn't shift nothing left, couldn't shift nothing right. It was just a day of conflicts, and I hate having to cancel a stream with my bro to do predictions and all them something there. But I had to did what I had to do. Had to do what I had to do. You know what I'm saying? But it was cool. Today was a good day, and I'll explain later on, probably next week. I do have a member stream scheduled for next week before the Christmas period starts. It is a travel Christmas for me. So next week I will be traveling to the East Coast, New York, Atlanta, North Carolina, be all over the place. So if I check into your town, holla at me. Drinks on me. If you follow BBK Sports, if you are a supporter, member of the channel, and I run into you in real life, drinks on me. If you don't drink, I don't know, we can grab a coffee or something. We're cool. I'm good like that, especially in the festive season when it's all about giving back. You all are all witnesses to see me give back to the community when I hit 1,600 subs. And I did it at 1,600 subs because 1,600 subs is a weird number, right? I just wanted to be grateful at that point. So when I get to 2K, it'll be another giveaway. So on and so forth. A man of the people. A big up to everyone who popped in and hit the like already. Big up to Gavin. Big up to BX Gunner in the house. Bluebird. Yeah, night out. Prime time on the East Coast, like BX Gunner says. BX Gunner, you know, up and down that 9-to-5 corridor. Man of the people. You would think BX Gunner is like a bus driver, a truck driver. You know, them big rigs. I'll be on the highway taking up 3 lanes in that. Big up to Gavin the Legend. YouTube sends me your name as Gavin the Legend, U5C, Uniform Fit 5 Charlie. I don't know where it gets that from. YouTube does this weird thing. I don't know why they do that, but big up to Gavin. Hope you are good, my G. Now, people, the Champions League has blown over. And, you know, all the hype and the hoopla of the Champions League, which we deserve. We deserve all the plaudits that we get for the Champions League because we're the best team in it and have been the best team in it so far. But it's not much different from last year because last year we weren't far from where we are now in the Champions League. We finished top 8 comfortably. I think we finished 3rd, you know. And this year we could – I know we're top right now, but shit. With the remaining 2 games, you could see Mikel take his foot off the gas. Or he could be forced to take his foot off the gas and have to rest some players due to injury, with top 8 being already solidified. But will he do that? Probably not. I think he wants to top the group. That's another one of those accolades. You know, like on this side, that BX Gunner knows, like you watch ESPN, and whenever ESPN is glazing, the ESPN glaze be hard. they make up stats to glaze someone. You know, they'll make up a stat like uh LeBron just broke a streak, right, where he had 10 points for like 1,200 and something games, all the dating back all the way to 2007 or 2009, way back then, right? Couple of presidents back, they referenced the price of gas and all that stuff, long time. But now that that record's gone, they'll say, okay, we'll break it down to minimum 8 points a game, and now the record becomes 2,200 games, and they'll glaze that. You know, so if Mikel Arteta tops the group phase, it would be another one. Hey, top the group phase, another one of those not meaningless, but to us not very meaningful. One of those things where they'll say that he has done this and he has done that, kind of like a miniature accomplishment. So I do think he would like to top the group stage of the Champions League, finish first in this and first in that. But for the fans, we don't care. We're happy that we're the top team in the champs. We appreciate where we are, but then we can move on and say, okay, now the next Champions League game isn't until January 20th, and between now and then, we will have played in 3 different competitions. We'd have played 3 games in the Premier League, the EFL Cup, and the FA Cup. Portsmouth, I think we got away. But by the time we play our next Champions League game, we should be in a semifinal. But before we even get to that, because I think that game is played on the 23rd, December 23rd, 2 days before Christmas, either we'll be angry that we're no longer in contention for both the domestic cups, or we'll be in the semifinal saying, bring on Fulham or City, bring on Brentford or, who does Brentford play? Brentford or Newcastle, or bring on Chelsea, because Chelsea got Cardiff, and that is a layup for Chelsea. So the EFL Cup is there, the FA Cup is there to be played for. But before we get to all that, the Premier League has given us Wolverhampton Wanderers at home, which should be a layup. Take a sip. Because there is no way in hell. There is no way in hell anything other than 3 points and a couple of goals will be acceptable. So here's the thing. You know those times when you'll have fans that say, hey, I don't care how this fixture goes. It could be a stinky 1-0 win. The ball goes in off somebody's bum. Own goal off of the defender. I don't care as long as we get 3 points. This is not one of those games. This is one of those games where we need to see performance and the points. I'm dead ass. We need to see performances and we need to see the 3 points guaranteed. Right? Now, somehow this has turned into a pressure game for certain players in the team. Yeah? Man like Odegaard, man like Gyökeres. The pressure around Gyökeres is there, y'all. And it's justified. It's not like it's not justified. It's there. Rightfully so. You play for a club like Arsenal, you have 14 goals. You have 4 goals in 13 Premier League games, or 4 goals in 10 starts. But, you know, to have a dig, people are going to say 13 Premier League games you haven't scored. Trossard is coming on out here and scoring goals in 40 minutes of injury time. Man was injured, came on, scored, and got substituted off. You know? So it's not a good look when our striker isn't banging goals. Big up Gavin, man. Gavin bigging up BX Gunner. Yes. We must. One at a time. Year 22 and LeBron is still flopping. He can't get it out of him, you know. He can't. You know, I actually used this line against someone in the GOAT argument. You know, one of those barbershops back and forth. The men are saying LeBron is the GOAT. Usually the young kids, because they never get to see Mike play, right? Just like if people there are young Liverpool fans that are saying that Mo Salah was better than Thierry Henry and all this shit, right? They're the new guys, the new bunch. But there are guys who never saw Mike play and they're glazing LeBron. And I tell them, I challenged them, and none of them ever came back to me with it. I said, if you can find me a clip, just a clip, not clips, not a compilation, not a compository, just one clip of Michael Jordan flopping, and I will hear your argument. Because I can find clips. There is a litany There's a montage. I can find a 10-minute clip of nothing but flops and LeBron in 3 different uniforms. You can't find me a clip of Mike flopping in his Bulls uniform, his Wizards uniform, in Team USA. I can find you a clip of LeBron flipping in every uniform that he's wearing: the old Cavs uniform, the Miami uniform, the LA uniform, and the Team USA Olympic uniform. So yeah, that's another one of the digs that I used to, and I rate LeBron. I just don't do the he's the GOAT thing. But yeah, it's one of them ones where they just do like the meaningless stats thing and they just glaze it and they glaze it and they glaze it. Damn, I needed some company. What up, gang? Big up to Sheldon. What you telling me? Up to Sweet Cherry. Sweet Cherry, guy. Hey, take off your panty now. Hope you are good, baby girl. Stay warm over there in Canada, you know. Make sure you're all bundled up and keep the something warm for Mr. Sweet Cherry, honey. No, so you love him. Good. Big up. Ricaress is not it. You remember Chris Rock? You remember Chris Rock did a stand up back in like 04. I don't know how old you are, Sheldon, but there's a Chris Rock special called Never Scared that Chris Rock did back in 2004. Monster stand up. And there was a part in there where Chris Rock says, I love hip hop music, but I'm tired of defending it. Right? I love hip hop, but I'm tired of defending it because the music back then, he was very explicit. Some of the shit that the music that used to be played in the early 2000s and the 90s would get you canceled today. You know, man like Ludacris. You know what I'm saying? That I've got pros. 10 different area codes. Remember that? Ludacris. Move. Get out the way. You remember them ones? Yeah. So Chris Rock was on some ish like, I love rap music, but I'm tired of defending it. I rate Yokerez. I have love for Glock, but I'm tired of defending him. Even though I'm going to defend him to some extent when I say I'm going to defend him until I see him start missing open chances. Once I see him starting to hit shots, put shots wide, sky them, hit the bar, can't get his shot off, can't beat his first man to get a shot off, that type of shit. Once I see him start doing the Darwin Núñez thing, that's when I'll have nothing left to defending. But I am tired of defending Yuck. I did the whole fault versus responsibility thing the other day. Yeah, where I said, it's not your fault, but it's your responsibility to get out of the situation that you're in. Not just football, in all walks of life, right? It is not your fault you were born into the projects, but it's your responsibility to get out of it. Unpopular as it may sound, unfair as it may be, that's just how the world works. Life is not fair. Ask Morgan Heritage. Big up to Cherry, Sweet Cherry. Yeah, don't laugh. You know Mr. Sweet Cherry love that nice warm bundle. But big you up. Hope you are well. Manners and respect to you every single time. That's why Arteta is the GOAT, because these young guys ain't never seen Wenger's team. Yeah. But you know what the crazy thing is? Positive Dan is not a young guy. That boy is 30-something. He's at least 34. So when I see man going around, he has seen Wenger's team. He has seen us win. Saying, what a time to be alive. This version of Arsenal. I'm like, what do you mean? What, this version of Arsenal? I haven't been to a parade, bro. I want to go to a parade so goddamn bad. I had my Expedia open, ready to book a ticket to Munich last summer for the Champions League final. I needed a reason to go back to Germany. I needed a reason to go back to the Bavarian capital. I love that place. Germany has been so kind to me over the years. I'm telling you, Jesus. Listen. München. That play, I was ready to go. And now I find out that this year's Champions League final is in my third favorite city in all of Europe, in Budapest. Oh, shit. I'm there. I'm ready. Born ready. Listos. Estoy listo. For the Spanish speakers in the building. Oh, I'm so ready. I want to go to a parade so goddamn bad. So this version of Arsenal is what? It's okay. It's good. It's competing. It's challenging, but it's not winning. You know, the C word, the competing and the challenging. We need to move a little further down the alphabet. Well, a lot further down the alphabet and get to the W where we start winning shit. You know what I'm saying? Big up the man like Jagans. Speaking of cold, damn. Sweet Cherry is in Cleveland. Jagans is in Cleveland. Sweet Cherry is in the north. That nice cold weather. We had some good weather today. Some good ass weather today in Washington. Wasn't that cold. The rain stopped for a minute and it was calm. Aye, aye, aye. Yeah, man. Big up Jagans, manners and respect. I said I needed some company and Sweet Cherry. Oh shit. Oh shit. Hey. Look what go on there. So, hey, shoot your shot, man. Shoot your shot, my brother. What you mean? You find a lighthouse, no? Hey.
Offshore, looking for a lighthouse.
Bomba clot, you find her. Hey. Chobu in the chat. Chobu in the chat, my brother. And let me tell you, that picture, that is the real Cherry. You know, I don't know if that picture is the real Claire or that's the real person, this and that, but this right here, that is the real Sweet Cherry. Gorgeous, isn't she? Yeah, a little bit. Sprechen Sie Deutsch. Mein Name BBK Sports. Ich heißen Sie. Yeah, it's my son speaks it fluently. You know, it's for kids. It's easy for kids to learn languages, you know. So whenever I would go to other German-speaking countries like Austria and Switzerland, because German is one of the official languages of Switzerland. Because Germany borders Switzerland. Germany borders like 6 countries, bro. Germany borders Switzerland. It borders Czech. It borders Luxembourg, and I think a tiny piece of Belgium and the Netherlands. So the thing is, when you're in Europe, bro, you have to keep your passport on you at all times. Not just your driver's license, but your passport. Because you drive 2 hours in this direction, you're in a whole different country, a whole different culture, a whole different language. And you know, if you cross the international border without a passport, you can be arrested. So always have to keep your passport on you when you're in Europe. It's just one of them things. Oi, man, say no yard for the weekend. Oi, Jaja. Hey, you mean? That's the thing there. Big up. You will be completely bald before any celebration. Not right out. I'll go to Turkey. Got Turkey, we get the hair transplant. Istanbul, plane ticket, booked. Soon as we retire, gone over there. Because then I can have, actual recovery time to let the hair grow. I'm gonna check out my consultation as soon as I retire, my bro. Get some hair back. But I need a parade, bro. I need a parade. I want to give Arteta his flowers, bro. Contrary to popular belief, I actually want him to win. There are some people who are rooting for him to fail so they can get him out. But I want him to win the Champions League this year in the Premier League. So that way my football club can sit at the big boy table. And no one could ever look at us and turn their nose up at us and talk about Champions of Europe. You'll never sing that. Don't fuck off. You know what I'm saying? Because I just think if we win one of these big ones, it could be the start of something special. I should be sitting here talking to you as a Premier League champion over the past 3 years, to be honest. 3 title races. I'm thinking, man, we could have had one of them. Could have had one, just one. The energy around the fan base would be different. Next year if we fall short in the champs or the Prem, we pick up both cups. We just keep this winning thing going. Where man can take their official club photo with a whole bunch of trophies around them. David Raya can have his golden glove in this hand, Premier League trophy in this hand. Gyökeres can have the golden boot in this hand and the Premier League in this hand. You know what I'm saying? Or Gabriel or Saliba can have the Maldini Award. Okay, that's my proposal. That is my proposal for my change in football. We're gonna, like we named the NBA title the Larry O'Brien Trophy. Yeah. I want to name the best defender in all of Europe or in all of UEFA, all of FIFA really, the Maldini Award. You know, we got the Puskas Award for the best goal scorer or the best goal and all this shit. We need to have the Maldini Award. I want Gabriel to have that in the right hand and the Champions League in the left hand, smoking a cigar with all the cups around him. Over these next between 2025 and 2028, we need to have two of those, couple of these, one of them there. You understand? That's the thing there. Mm-hmm. Sweet Cherry, answer your man. Man, I look you. Hey, and I look you at the chat. Can't root for the man at the helm to lose, even though it might be going, it might be going to need it. Once he there, I want him to win. Still cost his fucker though. Yeah. And that's called accountability, ain't it? You know, I just like Gyökeres, right? Just the same energy you can't keep and say, yo, Gyökeres, fix up. I have to say, yo, Arteta, fix up, bro. Fix up. Because Korean brother that go on TV and say there is a better manager in world football than Mikel Arteta. Shit. If Mikel pick up a Premier, let's just say he do a champ and a Premier League double. Oh shit. You know they're gonna say he's better than Wenger. I'm not ready to go there yet. You know what I'm saying? Because Wenger came to us in 1996 and was competing against Fergie, the GOAT. Man was competing against Fergie, the GOAT, and did a double on Fergie's head 2 years in the job. Now, I do think Wenger stayed way too long past his tenure, but it's not an easy feat to do a double on Fergie's head and take 3 Premier Leagues from him in 6 years. But because Wenger stayed too damn long, the 3 Premier Leagues in 22 years doesn't look like a very good record. But between 98 and 2006, Wenger was that motherfucker. I'm going to give him all the flowers. And Wenger gave me one of the best moments as a fan. When I used to go to the Emirates every year between 08 and 2016, you know, luck, fate would have it. But the Norwich game in 2013 was one of the games that I went to. One of the best goals I've ever seen. One of the best team goals you'll ever see. Wilshere, Giroud link up and all them something there. It was beautiful to watch. Now, it's a good thing that I did a calling show a while ago, right? Way back. And I had a raid from Lee Gunner and shit, right? Damn, speaking of Lee is still alive, you know. This brother don't sleep. This man is up, and Lee is in Spain, you know. What time is it in Spain right now? It's 5 a.m. in Spain, and this brother is still live. This brother is live on stream with Madrista Sam and Touchline Facts. And he's got 369 people logged on, still watching. You know, man. These kids don't sleep. But I had a calling show and I had a raid from him. One of the guys from the raid that called in, a guy named Have Volley. And he came on the show and he said something along the lines of, he was challenging me because I was saying, even though he comes off as an Arteta he comes off as an Arteta defender sometimes. But then he's Arteta out sometimes. You know, it's whichever side of the pillow he wakes up on. But he was challenging my position. The position that I took was if Arteta wins the cup double, because the Premier League as bad as I want it, the Champions League as bad as I want it, I can't back away from it now. I did say this, and I still believe it, that if he wins the FA Cup and he has to do both, not or. If he does the FA Cup and the Carabao, he gets that extra year from me. He stays. Only reason I'm mad at Arteta is because we're not winning shit. I think the team is good. We're not winning shit. So if he delivers 2 trophies when I'm maligning him for trophies, I have to shut the hell up. But Have Valley didn't see it that way. He disagreed, and this was his point. He said, if we get into the habit like we did on the Wenger latter years where we're way off the Premier League title, way off the Champions League, but we're only picking up cups, we will end up doing the same Wengerism with Arteta where he stays way longer than he needs to. And it's a fair challenge. I will admit that it's a fair challenge, and I had to think about it. And it's one of those things where I think about because my mind can be changed if someone. In fact, Sheldon, even Sheldon himself challenges a lot of shit that I say, and we go back and forth. And I appreciate that because you can change my mind about something. But he didn't change my mind about something. But it was a valid point that he made. That the ultimate litmus test for a manager is the Premier League trophy that measures consistency over 38 match weeks, mixed in with Champions League, EFL, and Carabao Cup fixtures. And I get it. But it's very hard for me to look past. I'm beating you up for trophies. You give me 2 trophies, and I'm still beating you up. Now, I won't challenge anyone who says if he wins trophies, I still want him gone. Okay, fair. But for me, it's good enough. And even though his argument was compelling, it wasn't compelling enough for me to change my mind about it. If in February we win the EFL Cup, and in May we win the FA Cup, and come June, late May and June we fall short in the champs and the Prem, of course I'll be disappointed. But I'm leaving the party with both hands full. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Baba Black Sheep settings. The energy for Brickerest is different. This man talk about him sitting at the top of the striker's table. Push comes to shove, he bricks it. Yeah, I don't think. I won't do that. I think Gyökeres is a good striker, but there is levels, right? There's always levels in all walks of life, not just football, right? You hear people talk about. You see all this. Like you look into the dating market now, and you see they got all these dating shows, and everyone is saying, "Hey, I want my partner, my man, my woman has to be making 6 figures." Cool. I make 6 figures. Most of the people in the chat make 6 figures. But not all 6 figures are created equal, innit? There's levels. So a person making 150,000 a year is not the same level as someone making 750,000 a year. They're both 6 figures. A person making 150 or 180,000 a year, yeah, you can fly first class from New York to Seattle every now and then. Put up your feet, sip some champagne, and it's calm. The person making 750,000 a year can fly first class all the time. Not just once in a while. There's levels. Right? If you are making 83,000 a month, you're a millionaire, right? But if you're making 1 million and someone is making 20 million, y'all both millionaires. But there's levels. There are strikers, but there is levels. You got Haaland sitting at a table by himself, and then you got everybody else. Well, fuck that. No, lying. Haaland is sitting at the table. Also sitting at that table is Mbappe. Harry Kane sits at that table. I'd argue Lewandowski sits at that table. So Harry Kane, Mbappe, Lewandowski, Mbappe. 4 people. If I'm missing any, let me know. Sits at that table of the big boy strikers. Right? But then you also have the next table where the Isak sits. Right? Ekitike sits. Osimhen sits. Who else sits? The striker market is kind of dead. But then you got another table that you probably got like Walter Made and Victor Boniface and the mother man. That's 3 tables I done listed before I get to the Arsenal striker, and that's a problem. Because I shouldn't be able to be listing 3-4 tables that the Arsenal striker does not sit at. That's a fuckery. Because historically, we are known for having some of the best strikers in the world. But you can't just go out there and find a Thierry Henry. It just won't happen. You won't. However, the Arsenal striker, you can't find a Thierry Henry, but you can find a Van Persie level striker. That's the levels you need to be. If there's a conversation being had for the best strikers in the world, an Arsenal player needs to be in that conversation. Right now, if we're having a conversation about the best right backs in the world, we can talk. And I don't think David Raya is the greatest keeper in the world, but we can talk. He has something to say. You know what I mean? The best center backs in the world, we have something to say. Our midfield, we can say something. But when it gets to the strikers, we have to shut the fuck up. We got to go on mute. We ain't got nothing to say when it comes to that. And that in and of itself is a problem. Yokeres, please rise. Stand up to be counted. Lee put crackheads. DX Gunner, don't do this. Don't do this to Captain Guns. Behind this, that Lee is a good brother. You know? And should he accept an invitation to BBK Sports, I'll have him on. Forgiveness. Please forgive me ahead of time. But there are certain men that will never get an invitation to BBK Sports. I will not disrespect some of you guys, just footballers' opinions, to bring on some fucking idiot on the platform. You know, we're gonna keep it 100. Ooh, Lord, it's about -5 here. Says cold but not too cold, and that's cold as shit. I was looking forward to the 2026 World Cup in Montreal, but I don't think they will be hosting. Darren could bring the show here. Hey, Montreal, Toronto, Vancouver, if they get a game. Hey, Sweet Cherry, bring your ass to these United States. Come on over. We got room for you. Sheldon, BX Gunner, Jagons. Please let Sweet Cherry know that we got room for her. The BBK community is growing, but it's not that big to the point where we can't find room for our lovely Canadian citizen. Big you up. But we will find a way. And that must be Celsius. Yeah, so that's what. Woo. That's why about 25, 26. Yeah, that's cold. That's cold. Sweet Cherry, that's cold. We're not gonna cap. That is cold. Holland is lonely as fuck right now. Nobody can chat to him. Nah, I'll make the case. Harry Kane sits at the table with Holland. I don't know if that's an unpopular opinion, but Harry Kane sits there. I think Lewandowski's body of work needs to be respected, albeit 37. He sits there. Mbappe sits there. But that's it. I'm hard pressed. Who's that? Vlahovic, don't sit there. Vlahovic is at the table with Osimhen and them. You know what I mean? This is how dead the striker market is right now. That's crazy, you know. And that's why one of the reasons why we have to give more respect, you know, to the John Terrys of the world and the Sol Campbells of the world. Because that man had to deal with Drogba and shit. You know. Van Dijk has to deal with the lap. Man has to deal with the lap and Lukaku and Jesus and Callum Wilson and Kai Havertz and Hoyland and Xerxes and these are dead food strikers, you know. Yes, it has to be. It must. That's about 27. Better that cold. That is cold. I'm frozen stiff. It's about 5. It's about 5. Wait a minute, Sheldon. Where there? Where the hell are you? You there in New York? Listen, I don't play hero with the weather, bro. I do not. All the years of military training, because we go out, we used to go to the field in January in Hohenfels, Germany, where it's 15 below. 15 below, brother. Holy shit. And I used to go turn the tanks on because the tanks, the M1 Abrams tanks, they got turbine engines in them. You know, so they kick out a lot of heat. That'd be 15 below. And we turn on the damn turbine engines and we huddle up behind that motherfucker and stay warm. You know, the problem is when the training exercise reaching a certain level and we have to go stealth, that's when we freeze our ass off. But I don't play hero with the weather, bro. I do not. That is cold. Ah, damn. It's 5 a.m. in England right now, ain't it? Around there somewhere. Well, yeah, man. Sweet Cherry, I'm pretty sure she is nice and bundled up. Them never know that man in Canada. She good. She good. She good. That is cold, brother. Mm. That BX gonna be up and down the 95 corridor, like I said earlier. So I don't know where he at right now. So BX Gunner could be anywhere from Raleigh to Charlotte to Charleston to Fort Lauderdale to Palm Beach to Miramar to Miami Beach, Miami Gardens, all them. Going for them Jordan Gamma 11s tomorrow. People still doing this shit, like lining up outside the stores for Jordans. Yeah, my God, nah. Let me see if them Jordan Gammas are the ones that I'm thinking about. The Jordan 11s. The Jordan 9s are my favorite Jordans, you know. Let me look. Jordan 11s. I don't like these. Oh, these, oh, yeah, these are, ooh, brother. These are cold, you know. These are cold. I'm not gonna lie. These are fucking cold. Let me see. Let me see if I can share my screen. These good, bro. I like these. I had a pair of these. I had a pair of these fuckers back in high school. The Jordan 11 retro, yeah. The retro. Look at this shit. $298. Are they mad? What are these FIFA prices? Are these FIFA World Cup prices? Oh my day. Nah, they look good. They look good. I'm not gonna lie. Shit, I done messed up my whole layout. There we go. Yeah, right. I can't. Oh, it's 3 a.m. Shit. Charlotte, the Queen City. The Queen City. There's some good Jamaican restaurants in Charlotte, you know. Big up, look up Hengy. Hengy Puss has a good Jamaican restaurant out there in Charlotte. She definitely good. That body must be warm. That's why I'm asking for help. Sweet Cherry, talk to the man. What's going on? Oh, it's all online. Okay, I get big up to Shane, the legend that is Shane. Big up to Bargrave as well. Big up to Shane. I hit the wrong chat. Big up to Shane. Yeah, Shane. I didn't get to do my weekend warm up, man. So I decided to get on here and just waffle for a minute. And this legendary chat hasn't let me down. You know, whether it's 35 or 15 in here, we deliver the performance. So big up. Big up Bargrave, man. Big up. Good running shoes cost a pretty penny too. Yeah. Those I used to run with the best running shoes that I found that works best for me are Brooks. Like a backward seven. That's like a backward seven. Brooks. They cost like for the arch in my foot, they fit me the best. And they cost too much. And when I used to do like 40 miles a week when I could run before my ACL, I used to like those. But I used to have to change them out every 3 months. Keep them Jordans there. But yeah, the nines was my favorite. The 11s. Yeah. And the thing is, right, when I was going to high school, when I was going to Prospect Heights High School in Brooklyn, if you didn't have Jordans, you couldn't even get any of the chicks. Right? They wouldn't even look at you. Yeah. And I couldn't afford them. My brother bought me a pair one time for my birthday. But now, as a grown man I can actually afford Jordans, I don't even look at them. How is that? That's weird, isn't it? I wanted them when I couldn't afford them. Now I can afford them. I don't want them. But the nines were my favorite. The nines were my favorite Jordans. Let me see. Oh, damn, I almost left the damn studio trying to share the screen. The nines were my, let me see. These fuckers right here. I used to have these. They're so comfortable. The nines. I used to like the nines. And then they had the snake skins. I think those were like the 13s. The Jordan 13s. Where are the 13s? Yeah, remember these fuckers? Yeah. I used to like these. I used to really like these. I still like them, but I won't buy them now. It's weird, isn't it? Now that I can't afford them, I don't want them. A pass. Hard pass for me. Big up to the legend that is Suge. Hit the likes and subscribe. You heard the man, people. You heard the man. Big up, Suge. Hope you are good, my G. But yeah, they can definitely keep them. I don't know. I just don't have the appetite for them. New Balance going for 200. Damn. Now, what the hell is really going on? What the hell is going on in the world? Are these people just really out of touch where they're selling New Balance shoes for 200 and selling like World Cup game, like regular cup fixtures with dead rubber games for 200? Like, listen. And the thing is, somebody is buying this shit because if the demand wasn't matching the supply, these tickets would be lower. Either FIFA is in for a rude awakening when the actual tournament starts and they're gonna have empty stadiums, or we are not seeing something that they're seeing. Because everyone I'm seeing saying they're not paying those prices. They're not paying those prices. Well, somebody is paying them because the prices aren't dropping. And listen, I'm gonna be completely honest. If the Reggae Boys actually qualify in their playoff against that French territory team, not even a country, the French territory, if the Reggae Boys qualify, god damn it, they're gonna take all my money because I'm going. I'm sorry. But Jamaica can't make the World Cup in these United States where I live, and I do not go. In 1998, I was 15 years. I couldn't go to France. I couldn't. So now, if they make it in my backyard, I'm going. So I'm at the mercy of them. But if they don't, ain't no way in hell I'm paying this type of money to see these shit games. I'm not. I'm sorry. Big up, brother Shane. Sue's bigging up Gavin. Debating between Hawkers and A6. Oh, Hawkers and yep. Not the Hookers are better. Better. Way better. A6 is basics. Much more expensive, much more cheaper than the Hookers, but the Hookers give you so much support. But the Brooks they're so comfortable. Make you even feel taller. Nah, these are Brooks running shoes. Let me see. It's a backward 7. Yeah, Brooks running shoes. Oop, clicked the wrong shit. They're like a backward 7. They got like breathing air holes that keep your feet nice and cool, but they're very, very good on the heel for support. If you got shin splints like I do, from jumping out of airplanes for 20-something years, these fuckers right here, these Brooks, very, very good. Very comfy, very light, but they're expensive. Like this one right here is 140 and it's on sale for 109. If I see that, I'm breaking somebody's hand to get it. But they're comfortable. I'm not gonna lie. Let's see, Dylan Brooks. Wahaha's up early. Did he even go to sleep? I brought my little brother his first pair of foam. Hey, in the middle squad. He was getting them females. My brother brought me them Jordans, man, because he knows I couldn't afford it. Now I think he used this like college Pell Grant to buy me some Jordans that I didn't even want. But after he bought them, I appreciated it so much. I fell in love with them. I walked all his minds. I overused that trainer. Listen, when I find some comfortable shoes, because there's a good pair of trainers when you're feeling it on a nice cool morning when you're going on your run, help you put an extra mile in, get that extra sweat in, And I'm still on track to get back to like physical activity next month. I can't get contact yet. That's why I'm not even on the pitch. But I can't wait to get back out there and start running, man. Every shoe is 150 minimum that will last you about 3 months. Yeah, it's criminal. They're but the Brooks they're very comfortable. Now I don't know if they're just like, outsourcing and out contracting and still using like the same cheap labor in, Southeast Asia and shit. But Brooks, I don't even mess with Under Armour for running shoes. I tried them one time and they were cheap, and they were cheap for a reason, and I'll find that out quickly. Corporate is buying them for sure. Somebody's buying them because FIFA is just big up Mel. Hope you're good. FIFA is fleecing us, y'all. The game is supposed to be for the people. How the hell does FIFA expect a just an ordinary working person who has to fly to these United States and go through these crazy immigration rules that we have now and pay $300-$400 for a shit game of football? Come on, man. New Balance is crazy prices. Shows its general are crazy. People into this running fad. The running fad needs to come back soon. Well, here in the United States, brother, because everybody can't get the damn Ozempic shot, or the Ozempic, and what's the other one? Ozempic and Wegovy, and there's another one. There's another one that I'm missing that's just flying off the shelves right now. FIFA sees what WWE get from their events and know they have a bigger brand. Yeah, it's a much bigger brand, and it's rare, right? It's once every 4 years, but better be careful because an empty stadium, bad luck. If advertisers see empty stadiums and viewership is down, they're not gonna pay Super Bowl money to advertise during your games. Because here's the thing: NFL football, NBA basketball can charge a certain amount of prices because they can run commercials throughout the entirety of the game. They got timeouts, okay, lots of breaks in play. In football, with the running clock, it's very limited time for advertising. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how the dynamics of that work, but football used to be, the minute that football stops becoming for the people, it might not show this tournament, but the future tournaments to come, this could backfire on them. I never hold a Jordan, but there's a Jordan all mid-back level I'm like. Yeah, some of them look good, man. I'm not gonna lie, but for some reason, I just think I'm outgrowing sneakers to be in general. Right now, I wear some Pradas, some Cole Haans, some Stacy Adams, that type of shit. Dressed like an old man, like Unk. Big up, Mel. Hope you are good. What we saying for NBA schedule tonight? Is the Raptors playing? Nope. Wolves in let me find that game. That's a good one. That's what I need to be watching in the background. The Wolves, the Wolves and the Warriors. Is Steph back? Wahaha, is your boy back? 13-12 record, not a good record. The Brook shoes, they look nice, but it's so comfortable, man. Very, very comfortable. Hey, them Oreo 4s. Hey, listen, what? Hey, man, look at you. Hey. Oh, Steph is back. All 3 points made, all-time leaders. Steph, 4,135 threes made, leading James Harden by like 1,000. My God. Steph is back. I know a few D1 runners, they love the New Balance and Brooks because the college is sponsored by Nike. They use them, except when they come back to Australia. Okay. Yeah. I wonder what them damn Kenyans wear. Because them fuckers, they come out the womb running. Wish I wore for football. Is it Mizuno? Made the same boot in like 4 different price ranges. Once I bought the top prices, best ones, best cleats I had. Best cleats I've had in modern day was some Adidas Predators. Yeah. Back in the day, it was Umbro and Diodora where they had like real leather. Now the leather that they have now is like more synthetic. And on a hot summer day, if you're playing on turf, your goddamn toes are on fire. But Adidas Predators, if you, especially if you got wide feet, I highly recommend them. But I can't give you a size because size 11 in Adidas and a size 11 in Nike is not the same 11. I don't know who's using the wrong ruler, but they're not the same. I fuck with Jordan 4s, 6s, and 11s. The 11s, I love the 11s. Let me see those. Let me see those. Let me see those 6s that Mel talking about. You know, I'm curious now. Jordan 6s. Oh, yeah, I don't like those. I don't like the. Yeah, it's too. It's weird. This has got to sound weird, but they're too sneakery. Let me see the 4s. Let me see. I done lost track. Yeah, the 4s were like low cuts. I like high tops, but you like what you like, innit? On cloud, good for running shoes. Lots of people fuck with that here. Okay, we'll see. You doing a watch along for the Arsenal game tomorrow? No, Mel, I do not do watch alongs. I cannot. I can't do watch alongs. Had I did a watch along on Sunday, when did we play Villa? Sunday or Saturday? Whichever day. Had we did a watch along, I wouldn't be streaming right now because this computer would have been broken. I swear to God. You see that Shane Guna busted his lamp. I wonder if he sent Arsenal the invoice for his lamp. But I would have punched the shit out of the screen. That TV wouldn't be on the wall. Yeah, not doing watch alongs. But if you are doing one, I will check in with you at halftime. When the game is on, I'm locked in. I put the phone down. I don't go in any of the WhatsApp groups. I don't text anybody. You know that Carefree Lewis, that's the Cole Palmer's better than anybody. How he talked. I don't know. Carefree Lewis got an Ethiopian mix with a British accent that he just has a different sound. But I don't text anybody when the game is on. I'm locked in and I watch. But I will check in with you at halftime just to get your pointers and see how you're feeling about the game if you're doing one. And I'm sure you will be. But no, I can't. Big up to Uncle Views. Ozempic Wegovy. I haven't heard this. Is that Munjaro? I haven't heard that one. But that damn Ozempic and that Wegovy is like crack. You can't watch TV for 5 minutes without seeing a damn Wegovy or Ozempic commercial, especially the Wegovy, because the Ozempic needs to step up their advertising. Because that damn Wegovy, they got the song Wegovy. They singing. It's like a orchestra. And they sing the song so good. You could be skinny. You could be Lee Gunner. And they sing that shit. You be like, I need that. The song sounds so good. I need that fucking injection that they're singing about. Because the music sounds so good. You know what I'm saying? They might as well go do a campaign and hire out Mariah Carey or one of these singers with amazing vocal range just to sing people and be like, yeah, just give me a shot of that Wegovy in the arm. It's mad, but I haven't heard of this Munjaro one. But Wegovy, people are killing themselves over that right now. It's a BBK, you're turning elder. Yeah, man, I'm too old for the sneaker game, brother. You know what I mean? I haven't bought clothes in about 4 years, bro. Because I don't go anywhere. Anyway, I got about 20 of these sweaters that I get from the Warrant Officer Academy. All right. And I wear them every day. I got Warrant Officer belts, Warrant Officer coasters, Eagle Rising. Shit, if they made Warrant Officer shoes, I would buy those fuckers. But yeah, the sneaker game, I'm out of it. Man said I'm accidentally awake, Air Max 95 in Liverpool. Big up, Drilly. Big up, bro. Or like Jordans in the US. Rah. Just learned something new. That's a mad one. But yeah, the Jordan 4s, they're just too low. The 9s, the 11s. I'm not a big fan of the 6s either. But the 13s. Whichever one. The ones that they made in the snake skins. The Jordan, the snake skin brand. Which one was that? Them fuckers look good. Oh, those were the 11s as well. The 11 snakeskin ones that came out in like 2000, 2001. Like people on the New York City subways were getting those fuckers snatched off their feet. New York is not a real place, you know. Growing up in Jamaica, I think like I said, Jamaica is not that real place. But then I would go to New York City and like, New York City is not a real place. I don't know how they exist, but they aren't real. People wear some brand new Jordans, ride in the subway, and walk home barefooted. There's a bunch of punk ass gang members take their shoes. Mad, mad, mad. Only sneakers I wear are gazelles and high chucks. High chucks, yeah, high chucks are. Chuck Taylors have stood the chance of time. They're timeless. They're like blue jeans. They never get old. I don't know how I got off on Wegovy and shit. And but I'm meant to be here to talk about the goddamn predictions for the games tomorrow because I didn't get to do my weekend warm up. Yesterday was a mad one. Today was my last working day in the army. My official retirement date is 1 March. But today was my last working day because I have so many damn leave days saved up. So my transition officially starts on Monday, which I don't work. I just sign out. But today was my last working day, and there were so many things planned for me today that I had to skip my stream this morning and get straight into this stuff that they had planned for me. And it was just, from 2001. They did like a chronological rundown of everything that I've done, and I was like, I don't forgot I did some of this shit, and it was a heart warmer. But all that stuff was going on today, so I couldn't get the stream. That's why I'm streaming at this weird hour at 7:30 p.m. my time and crazy times all over the world. I can't tell you how many times I've said this, Suj. Great place to visit. My dad still lives in New York. My in-laws lives in New York. I'm going to New York next week. Love to visit there. But I'm there for 4 or 5 days and I'm ready to go the fuck home. I like my space. If you may notice, I don't ever stream with headphones on. You never hear noise in the background, noises up because it's quiet. This is my section of the house. The kitchen is way the hell back there. The living room is way the hell over there. They could be loud over there. We won't hear anything. I like my space. New York City don't give you space, doesn't give you quiet, doesn't give you great. It keeps you entertained. It does. With all that going on today, yeah, man, big up to Wahaha. I'm old. Just reminded me that I'm old. My race is run, and I've passed the torch to some W1s. So this is how the rank structure goes. You come in the army now. I know that looks like it says cow. It's walk. You come in as a warrant officer candidate. And so I came in 2001 and I transitioned to be a warrant officer in 2010 as a warrant officer candidate. That's what the walk is. And then you get promoted to W1. You got 1 dot. And then 2 years later, you get promoted to W2, unless you fucked up and did something crazy. And then you wait about 5 years, you become a CW3. Oh, shit. You become an official member of the senior rank. This is where the senior ranks officially start at the W3. That's why there's a 5-year wait from here to here. This one is only a 2-year wait from here to here. This one is a 4 to 5. And then there's another 5-year wait from 3 to 4. And that's what I am now. 4 on the thing. And then there's another 4-year wait if you want to go to the 5 to get the coin slot. But nah, I can't. Can't. I'm too old. I'm too old. My body's failing me. I can't run. Can't do any of the soldier things anymore. So it's only fair that I move to the side and let someone who's younger, who's more motivated, who's fitter, who doesn't have all these injuries and all these aches and pains to carry the torch. Congrats, keep leveling up. I'm trying to get like you, Mel. Trying to get like you. Big up, Jagans. And this is the thing, I've literally just lived my dream for the past 24 years because ever since I was 8 years old, I've wanted to do this. I was 8 years old. I was like, I want to be a soldier. Wherever I was in the world, this is where I was going to be. So I've lived my dream literally, and it's been fun. Yeah, man. Big up to you, Suj. And I'll get deeper into this type of stuff when I do my next member stream. Next week or so. I have been to Toronto. I fly into YYZ quite a few times. I don't know how to say it, but it starts with M, the missile. That that neighborhood close to Toronto starts with an S. It starts with an M, a whole bunch of S's. That one, that area right there. I frequent that area when I'm there. But big you up. Big up, Drilly. Big up to the realest bottom gooner. Base. Nine to the bottom something. Low out the bottom something, Drilly. You know, as a Jamaican man, we don't do the bottom thing. We low out the bottom. Yes, that one. Mississauga. That place. Yeah. And earlier we had Sweet Cherry in here earlier. I think she's from Belleville, a little further inland. And I'm don't know where my direction is. But big up to you. I think Lynch is from the 6 as well. But big up, yeah. Oh, I hear that. We don't know about them. So we're the base gooners, and as the base, the foundation, right? The people who are meant to keep the standards of the football club. To be proud of the football club's rich history, to be humble enough to know that we aren't that club anymore. So big up to Jez, because Jez, whatever Jez refers to the Arsenal, he always says our once great club. And I actually love that sentiment because right now we're not moving like a great club. We're challenging, we're competing, but we're not winning. It's not a great club. That's your nearly club. But kind words of you, man. But big up to you, Drilly. Hope you are good. Did anyone in your family inspire you to become a soldier? No, it wasn't. It was actually another soldier in the neighborhood. So there was this channel called Coming to America or My Journey to America. I did an interview on there. My entire story is on there. And there was another soldier, a guy he went to my church, guy named David Anglin. He was a soldier as well. And there was just a way how he went about his business, how he carried himself, how he treated people. That was like that guy, he's got it. Yeah. So yeah, big dog, Uncle Sam. I mean, yeah, I'm all right. I still report the general, right? You have the I'm a subject matter expert. That's what I am. I'm a SME. That's what we call it, an SME, a subject matter expert. I specialize in anything that shoots, anything from a pistol to a howitzer or a tank. Anything that a bullet comes out of, I'm responsible for maintaining at this level. So, whenever they load up a tank, if they go like this and grip their palm triggers and squeeze it and it doesn't go boom, I get a phone call and say, Chief, why the hell my guns aren't working? And I have to fix it. If it's working fine, I can sit at home like Mikhail. I don't have to land airplanes. But when stuff is going wrong, I get a phone call, and it's usually an angry phone call. But that place, yeah. But I'm not going nowhere near Canada right now with the kind of weather that you are having. Canada will see me between May and August, maybe September. But the kind of cold, that kind of weather that you be getting there, I can't take it. I don't play hero with the weather. With the Caribbean people, them there. Hey, yeah. So it's just like Brixton, Peckham, New York, Flatbush, Miami Gardens, Miramar, Atlanta is getting there. Connecticut's getting there. Because wherever Caribbean people go, they plant seeds. they they plant seeds and they multiply than a mother. I swear to God, I wasn't expecting anyone to be here in this hour. So big up to all of y'all who checked in. This was just meant to be a waffle session. Hey, if anyone hasn't hit the like yet, please do so. Struggling for likes tonight because most of you legends and the rest of the legends are asleep. But for the Toronto crew and the early birds, big up. You did a great job, says Sweet Cherry. I'm sure you will be missed. You left an indelible mark and a massive shooter. All right, Sweet Cherry. Now let me go on Google and look up what indelible means. Indelible. I've heard that word before. I heard Edward Siaga use that word at the funeral for Jim Brown, Lester Lloyd Cokes, Dudu's father. Oh, it means permanent imprint. Hey, thank you, baby. That is calm. You don't be hitting me with them big words. You ain't got to back me with your intellect. Indelible. Well, that's dope though. I like that. Big up. This guy, Suge. We got warm ass weather now. I bet you this. So it's summer, right? It's summer for you lot. Big up, big up, big up, big up, big up, big up, Jordan. Hope you're good, my bro. Caribbean for life. Belleville, Ontario, Jamaica, originally. Look at Sweet Cherry. The Duchess of Belleville. That's what she is. Now, people, while we're enjoying all this fun talk, there is some football tomorrow. There is football being played, y'all. And, I always have my predictions in here when I do the show with the Waffle Don that I didn't get to do today. However, there aren't any early kickoffs. So Chelsea start the weekend at Everton. And somehow I think that's a draw. I think Jack Grealish comes to Chelsea and do bits. I do. Then there's Liverpool and there's Brighton and Hove Albion. And I think Brighton and Hove Albion will score 2 goals, but I think Liverpool will score 3. I think Liverpool do them. Arsenal at Wolves. They should be 4-5, 6-0, everyone's saying. I think it will be 2-0 at halftime. But unfortunately for everyone who's expecting a high score, 2-0 at halftime, I think it remains at 2-0. I don't think it's going to be this 4-0 dropping that everyone thinks it's going to be. I'd love it. Our goal difference needs it. But I think we go up 2-0 and we control the game and they go into damage limitation mode. And then we'll get bantered by, hey, man, United went to the Molyneux and put 4 past these men and you could only beat them by 2. Don't care. Professional performance, but I think we go up early and win. Man City at Crystal Palace. I think Man City do them. I think Palace played on Thursday. Sunday for a small team like Crystal Palace doesn't allow them to do too much rotation. I actually think they get beat. Nottingham Forest obviously will be Tottenham because Tottenham are shit. Tottenham are absolute ass and cheeks. No, nothing much more to say there. Sunderland, Newcastle. This is a massive derby of the Northeast. Sorry, Jordy Dread, but I actually think they beat you at the Stadium of Light. So all that shit that you were talking about, Arsenal going there and dropping points, you will eat some humble pie tomorrow, where you go and get some of the Xhaka Boom. I think Villa will have enough to get by West Ham United. Brentford and Leeds will draw 1-1. And our legendary member of the chat, man like Wahaha, will be disappointed come Monday because Monday Night FC will lose Bournemouth at Old Trafford Semenyo Masterclass loading. That me say. Truth be told, that Mississauga is being overran with Indians. I hear that. Matter of fact, the last time I flew into um YYZ, I swear, Air India flight must have just landed, and it wasn't a like a Boeing 737 Max. This was an Airbus A380 or some shit because there had to be a million fuckers on that plane, and I got caught in the customs line behind them, which cost me valuable, valuable quality time. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, they're doing bits. Summer now it's 30, 86 right now, 1:45 p.m. So Suge is outside with a cigar and in his drawers and a glass of wine. That type of weather, brother. Yeah, that Jamaica weather, that Suge. This is what we get year round. Well, now, in Kingston, really, at 1:45 in Kingston, it's usually like 94. It's a little hotter. A little hotter. Like, your sweat be running down your back. The real machine expressing Skengman Gunners makes sense now. Yeah, it's just, I just kind of fell into it. That's what I do now. My first 8 years, I did a mixture of everything. Everything from being on the line to leading troops to doing all that stuff. But when you get promoted and you got all these experience from the line, they put you in like these staff positions where they take you off the line so other people can get experience, and then you move further away from actual soldiering to staff jobs and politics, and that's worn me down over the years because I really like being on the line with the troops. That's where the fun is. That's where the action is. But you do understand the dynamics of the numbers. There's only so many slots, and there's so long that you can stay on the line, and you don't want to turn down promotion because with promotion comes better allowances, better pay, but more responsibilities. Is stuff like that. Sunderland, I think, will have an edge over Newcastle. Yeah, I think Sunderland punched them up. Sunderland gonna fist them up, break their ribs in two. Suits and my people overtaking the country. I'm lucky I live in a white neighborhood. Is that good or bad, Suge? Sometimes that's not always great. My neighborhood is the same, but the thing is, they don't even see this because of the uniform. They see me as a green person. They don't see me as a black person or a white person or a Jamaican person. Once they see the uniform, there's a certain level of step back issues where they'll be like, oh, serving the country, leave them alone. That type of stuff. There's a certain level of respect that comes with the uniform, which I am going to miss when I take it off. Because it's not like I'm going to walk around with I'm a former soldier on my head, but it's one of the things that I am going to have to adjust to as I transition to the new me. But there's a certain level of freedom that I have come next week that I may not know what to do with it. I may not know what to do with this freedom. I'm trying to condition myself to actually stay in the bed past 4 o'clock. Because I've been waking up at 4 a.m. for the past 24 years. I don't know what to do with myself. So my wife knows if I sleep past 4 or 5 a.m., I'm sick. Something's wrong. So now I have to condition myself, stay up later. That way you can sleep past your normal hour. You don't have to jump up and go do physical training anymore. You don't have to go yell at soldiers. You don't have any reports due. You don't have the general calling you, asking why the tanks are broken, why this one ain't shooting, why the howitzers and all this stuff. I can just wake up next Monday. I can grow a whole wound room on my face. I don't have to be clean shaven and military ready and present anymore. You know, I can grow a mustache and just let myself go. I don't have to do the whole um, weight control and body fat stuff. I could be a disgusting fat body. There's about to be a level of freedom that's about to make itself my way that I'm gonna have to stay disciplined to make sure that I can fit on this goddamn screen that I'm looking at. Because ah, big up, man. You guys have been legendary tonight, you know. Very intimate chat. Not the comments flying off the screen like I normally do on my morning stream, my time, afternoon stream, UK time. So your next stint will be in corporate America somewhere, corporate somewhere. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take at least a year off to make up for lost time because I have lost a lot of time. Now I timed my retirement perfectly to make sure that the World Cup didn't catch me while I'm still in. So in case Jamaica qualify, I can go do all that stuff. Right, level of freedom that comes with that. But I have missed anniversaries, birthdays, Christmases, Thanksgiving, recitals, soccer games, football games, basketball games. I've missed so much that I have to make up for on the back end. So that's why it's a travel Christmas for me. So on Tuesday, I will stream Tuesday morning my time, and then I am packing this up and I'm going on the road. And I told BX Gunner earlier I'm gonna be in Atlanta, North Carolina, and New York. I'm gonna be all up and down the East Coast. If I'm in your hood, I'm gonna shout you. Get at me on Insta. We'll have a drink on me. Buy you lunch, dinner, whatever. To support the channel, I'm giving back. So I'm gonna take at least a year off and just make up for lost time with family because I've lost so much time and I have to do the best that I can. You know, can't get it back. Right. So I can't add years to my life, but I can add life to my years, if that makes sense. So that's what I'm on. No, going into the NYC this weekend, 5 inches of snow. Damn. Yeah, I wasn't even tracking that, but yeah, I'm not gonna hit New York City until 3-4 days before Christmas. Like I'm flying into Atlanta. I'm gonna spend some time in Georgia, like the people in Georgia. Anyone's from Georgia and they say Georgia, they're not from Georgia. People from Georgia say Georgia. So I'm flying into Atlanta, Georgia. I'm gonna spend a couple of days in Georgia. Then, you know, I have huge roots in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Gonna spend a lot of time there. And then, you know, I'll make sure that Christmas catches me in New York City. That's where my dad is. You know, my mother-in-law, my nieces, my nephews. Lost time. Siblings there. So just I'm gonna make up for that. You can looking into streaming music. I can, man. The whole world, you know, the whole world I wait for it. The whole world I wait for the music, brother.
The whole world I wait for this. I make the beat drop out.
So make the beat drop out. I was over there playing with my keyboard earlier. I have to make some new mixes for E-Ross. Your morning streams are crazy times for me. I know, Suj. I know, man. And that's why one of the reasons why I do the this type of streams or streams at 2 3 p.m. my time, which is like 10 p.m. UK time sometimes, is to, you know, grow the channel and broaden the audience and to give legends like you the opportunity to come on. That's why when I do the member streams, I do it later on in the day. But I do have to be careful because I hate going across some of the people that I like that actually stream at that time. You know, I know Latvian Guna streams around that time. Sometimes Shane is on at that time, except when I'm on the Bruce Banana on Thursdays. Sometimes DJ and Aaron is on at that time. But yeah, once those guys are not on, I usually hop on because the other guys have their own audiences and their own niche. But I hate cutting across the guys who share most of this community here. I never went to a Top Guna channel by myself and and I said one thing and they started pressing me. They're trained very well to sniff you out, you know. Just like if they come over here, we can sniff them out. So you have to be careful. But you're press resistant, man. Like if you're about standards and you know your football, top gooners can press you all they want, but you're press resistance. All right, 11 p.m. your time. Oh, so you're East Coast. Or it's coming up on 11. JG, I think he is. I know he's in Georgia, but I'm not sure if he is in Atlanta per se. Waffle House's speak. Hey, that Waffle House, that All Star Special was my favorite. I know it's still on the menu. Go in there, order my All Star Special for $7.99. You get a whole waffle, you get bacon or sausage, hash brown or grits, and toast, Welch's grapes. Yeah, all for $6.90 motherfucking 9 at the Waffle House. Yep. And the Waffle House is as nasty as it comes. It's not the cleaning. They open 24 hours, 24/7. So they don't really have time to clean like that. Every time you go to Waffle House, you can count on the soundtrack. And by the soundtrack, I mean you hear the damn silverware falling on the floor. Waitress taking your order. Everybody yelling over the floor. Pull one bacon. Drop one hash brown in the ring. Nasty as shit. But there aren't any Waffle Houses here on the West Coast. It's the East Coast thing. But when it's 3-4 a.m. and young people are coming home from the club and they need something to eat to soak up all that alcohol they've been drinking. Yeah, 2-3 a.m. because most of the clubs on the East Coast, well, in North Carolina, South Carolina, close at like 2:30, 3 around there. So between 3 and 4, the sheriff departments be out at Waffle House because a bunch of drunk people, a crowded environment, and bad shit usually happens. But if you know about the Waffle House, you know. So open invitation to Australia, you and the family. I got the kangaroos and the koalas down the road. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I'm a man of the people. But I see some shit in Australia that made me be like, man, I love the wildlife, but I respect the wildlife. Yeah? I respect the wildlife to the point where, the crocodile hunter, Stephen Irwin, and they never released that footage of him being killed by that damn stingray. Yeah, the wildlife be wildlifing in Australia, man. I have to be careful with that. But I did go to Australia back in like 2010, but that was, military stuff. Never got to really get on the economy and live a little bit. Waffle House is the most disgusting place, but it's so good and cheap. Cheap. Because the order that is asked, that is told you by the All-Star Special, fills you up. And if you get water, if you don't get it like a sweet tea or a drink, it's under $10. It's $6.99 plus tax. So it comes out to like 8 something. You get a whole waffle, eggs, bacon or sausage, hash brown or grits. A whole meal at the Waffle House. And the nastier it is, the more crowded it is. It's bad if Waffle House is good. Waffle House, man, man, the people here are more dangerous than the animals. I believe it. I actually believe it. Like I was flying back from Germany, right? And everyone in my neighborhood has pets. So we're flying back on a military aircraft. It takes 6 damn hours to load the aircraft because they have to load up all the pets. And my wife, she gets annoyed. She's like, it's taking so long. I'm like, they got to load all the pets. And she loves dogs and she loves pets. And she's like, these damn pets. I'm like, all this flying and all these traveling that we've done all over the years, whenever there's a delay on unruly passengers, it's usually the human beings. It's never the damn dogs. Yeah, you notice that. I've never had a delay on a flight because of one of the animals. It's always human beings. So I fully understand what you're saying there, that the people are more dangerous than the animals. But like I said, I respect the wildlife and I leave them the hell alone. Because, I see clips on YouTube and Instagram reels of of people in Australia throwing hands with kangaroos. And then you get a close up and look at the kangaroo's claws, and you be like, brother, you were out here throwing hands with a wild animal. That is mad. Do you do fantasy American football? I did a 14-man league and got cooked with my draft pick, but I got cooked. I used to back in the day when the New York Giants, between like 08 and 2012, when the New York Giants was good, we were winning 2 Super Bowls and all that type of stuff. But as of late, I haven't done it. But yeah, I'm still good with the NFL. I'm still versed with it. You know, the best receivers, the best quarterbacks, and I don't know about the best deals, but you know, if you're going to do it, make sure you have Jamar Chase in your team. You know, that guy is just, you know, he's a touchdown. If you can do Jamar Chase, Patrick Mahomes, but they're gonna eat up a lot of your money. So if you're doing Jamar Chase, consider like Kirk Cousins or both of them played last night. Kirk Cousins or Baker Mayfield. They put up good numbers, and they don't cost as much. Big up to my papa, my daddy. Blessed love, my father. Hope you are good. Hey, big up to Simone. Just a random evening stream because I didn't forget, but I didn't stream this morning, my normal Friday show. So I had to come show my face to the people and give my predictions. That way, on the back end of tomorrow's fixtures, when it's time to cook Man United on Monday when they lose to Bournemouth, when it's time to cook Liverpool, even though I picked a win against Brighton 3-2, that 3-2 wouldn't surprise us if it goes the other way. If it's 3-2 Brighton, would any of us be surprised? Maybe Drilly. Drilly is a massive Liverpool fan. But right now, Brighton can beat Liverpool, and not too many people could be upset about not upset, but surprised at the result. Hey, no sorry needed. Big up to you. Hope you are good. Yes, man. Big up my papa in the building. Only people throwing hands with kangaroos are our version of the hillbillies. I saw it, man. I think the kangaroo had did something to his dog, right? And you know how people love their dogs. Man started to throw hands with the kangaroo. I'm like, brother, I'm just gonna shoot it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna shoot it. I respect the wildlife to the point where I will kill him. I will not throw hands. Brother, I shot a snake in Afghanistan. Shot. Damn near gave away our position. If we were concealed and needed to be quiet, I would have gave away our position. Shot that motherfucker. Because those snakes in Afghanistan are actually poisonous. Now, we don't have poisonous snakes in Jamaica. We don't have snakes at all in New York. That's how my life went. Jamaica, New York, Afghanistan. I don't consider my boot camp living. I was there for 9 weeks training. And then I did some more training in Maryland. And then it was get to Fort Bragg, North Carolina, 10 days in the desert. That motherfucker did but you know when they do when they cock back the launch. Wasn't taking any chance. It was the snake or me. I chose the snake. The day I watch you, my son. Big up, Pops. Love you like life. Big up, my papa. Man, eating some tripe and beans. Hey, listen, there's only 2 people that I trust to cook that for me, you know? You and her. So, I was just telling the chat, Christmas, so forward, make sure some tripe and bean upon the menu, yeah? I'm going away from the traditional eating, the oxtail and the goat and all them something that we can cook for myself. Cool. Tripe and beans, make sure. I want some of that. I've seen that clip. Man, that dog needed to mind his business. The dog underestimated the roux. And the roux dealt with it. So I'm a big believer, like, no, listen, let the food chain has been set, right? Mother Nature had set the order of things. So So if a kangaroo is whooping a dog's ass, somebody crossed into the wrong territory. Right? One of them is considered wild, yeah? And one is considered domestic. So a domestic animal, keep your ass in the house or in the parks and shit. Don't go in the wildlife. But man went and threw hands with the kangaroo who put his hands on his dog. You have to kind of respect it still. Slot machine settings. Either way, 3-2. I do see Danny Welbeck scoring. You know, Baleba masterclass. McAllister still haven't found his feet. There was a guy, Julie, that was that name, Mr. Battard, that was in here the entire last year, the entire summer. Massive Liverpool fan. And we saw him up until you were 5 or 5, and we haven't seen him since. Mr. Battard. Massive Liverpool fan. He was I've never seen someone rate McAllister as highly as he did. And now most Liverpool fans are saying they want McAllister sold. So it'll be interesting for to see the midfield matchup between, Baleba and Sabazlai / McAllister. Is it tomorrow that you play or Sunday? Let me see. No, you play tomorrow. 3 p.m. kickoff. Tripe and beans. It's good, man. Tripe and beans good, bro. Curried. I want it curried. Yep. Curried. Not the brown stew. Curried. Please and thanks. Mohammed Hattrick. Now, that would be nice, and it sounds poetic, but spoiler alert. Mo gonna play. Not sure if he's gonna start, but he's gonna be trash. And the media is gonna be onto him. The media is gonna be back onto slot machine, like Julie said, and say, "Yo, you started him. You brought him back into the team. You benched him and won. Brought him back into the team and lost. What you gonna do?" And that's the risk now. That's the risk, because yesterday, was it yesterday? No, it wasn't yesterday. It was today. We turn on the TV after a whole bunch of hoopla. I look up at Sky Sports and I hear breaking news.
Breaking news.
Mo Salah back in the team. I'm like, oh shit. Mo Salah back in the team. Now he plays and he shit and they lose. He's gonna be scapegoated again. And what's the magic word that he used in his little diatribe, in his little soliloquy in a press conference? He said, "I'm being scapegoated." So if they've been winning, they went to the San Siro and won without you. You come back to Anfield and lose to Brighton, you will be scapegoated, justifiably so. And I'm here for it. Raising Canes is ball knowledge. That shit is good. Big up, mana. Yeah, brother. He is 100 million is loading. So I'm hoping that this guy that we brought into the club from Napoli is tasked with doing some kind of scouting like Brighton is doing. Because we can't find ourselves having to spend 60 million on Gyökeres, 60 million on Havertz, 45 on Jesus, 100 million on Declan. At some point, we need to go find Declan Rice before he is Declan Rice. We need to go find a Baleba before he's Baleba. Find Caicedo before he's Caicedo. Right? We can't have Brighton just doing all this fancy recruiting and just taking the London clubs to the bank. Right? Because if you look at what? Cucurella, Benjamin White, Trossard, Caicedo, Yao Pedro. Brighton's been selling to the London clubs well. McAllister was a release clause, so Liverpool got a good deal. Basuma at Spurs. Need to find these guys before they turn into something. Right? We need our Louis Skelly in the midfield. We need our but a different manager comes in, probably find some more use for Ethan. And there's a huge discourse in the fan base right now over Odegaard, our captain, Captain Fantastic, the Norwegian bomber. That is Odegaard. No, I just I just had a dig at Mo Salah saying, "Hey, you've been dropped. The team plays well. You go out. All of a sudden, there's rhythm and the team is flowing, and then you lose. Right? Odegaard wasn't missed. The team was playing well. North London derby. Bayern Munich, best attack in Europe. Atletico Madrid. All these games played well and won without the captain. Captain comes back, plays against Brentford, plays a full 90. Wasn't great, wasn't shit, but gets a consecutive start against Villa. Tough away fixture. Remains to show up. Gyökeres is holding a lot of heat right now, and deservedly so. But where is the smoke for Odegaard? He needs to hold some smoke. He hasn't been good. And now that Liverpool and Brighton and Burnley and Fulham and all these men play early, and then Arsenal have the late game, all eyes on Arsenal.
All eyes on me. Roll up in the club and shit.
All eyes. 8 o'clock kickoff, Premier League game on a Saturday. What's going on there? Under the lights. Let's see if he can deal with this. Because he is starting tomorrow. I promise you he will. Eze is holding bench tomorrow, y'all. I'm sorry. That's why I only went with a 2-0. Those 2 goals will come early and then we'll see out the game. We won't put our foot on their necks. We should. This should be a goal difference maker. But I think it's a 2-0. A 3-1. A 2-goal margin. Do not think it's going to be this drubbing that everyone is predicting. Now, Wolves are shit. They're ass and cheeks. But they're still professional footballers that aren't going to just leak 6 goals when everyone is expecting to leak 6 goals. So tomorrow, I'm expecting or knowing that Skelly will start at left back because Calafiori is suspended. Nkapie got rested against or got taken off against Brentford in the week, but he did play a full 90 against Villa. I expected him to come in at left center back. I'd rather him play Timber out wide and play Benjamin White at center back, but he's probably going to do the opposite. But the midfield tomorrow, the starting midfield will be Odegaard, Rice, and Zubimendi. I just know it. Eze will be on the bench. The wingers will be Madueke and Martinelli. And the striker will be Gyökeres. I do think Saka gets some rest. Now, what I would go with, I would go with Zubimendi or Declan Rice, not both of them. Probably Declan because Zubimendi played 90 against Villa. And I would play Ethan. I would play 2 10s. I would play Declan as a holding 6, Eze and Ethan. And I would play me and Martinelli. I'm not playing Saka either. I'm playing Nani Madueke right wing. Because Nani Madueke right now, there's nothing in his head that he can't do. He is the most confident right winger in all of the Premier League. So you got him on a high coming off a Champions League. Yep. You throw him out there and let him feast on the Wolves. I'm here for it. Curry it is. Thank you so much. If Odegaard starts shooting more and passing less, he'd be okay. His ass needs to pass when he needs to pass and shoot when he needs to shoot. His decision-making needs to get better. Right? He shouldn't be relying on the crowd to urge him on to shoot. You're the captain, for fuck's sake. Make a decision. Make a decision, my guy. You know, the crowd loves you. The manager loves you. The people that, I don't want to use that word hate because hate is a strong term, but the people who malign you on this side, you don't hear us. You hear the crowd gonna get up and root for you tomorrow. So go beat Wolves. And let Man City see 5 points on the board when they walk out versus Palace on Sunday. Now, I do think City will get by Palace, but, you know, I want it to be a challenge. I don't want the man to turn up and just walk over Palace and just start sending signals and messages all over the league that they're back. That would be devastating for us. Let me send you something I sent to Shane. But yeah, send it to my email, Suge. If you go to the YouTube page, my email is on there, and my Instagram is on there. Send it to either one. And thank you in advance. Mac was good for us. He got the extra glaze on certain man because of the World Cup hype. That's fact. You know how many men got glazed off that World Cup hype? You know, the Butcher, Ramiro, you know, too many men. Right? You know who don't get enough glaze for that World Cup? Emi Martinez. Because Kolo Muani was clean through in extra time. And if he scores that goal, we're having a whole different conversation about that World Cup final. Emi Martinez, Julian Alvarez, Latoro, massive. Them man were major contributors, but the Messi tax was heavy. But them guys contributed way more than a lot of these men who are claiming World Cup tax. A lot of these men are, World Cup German Mustafi type things. Now they brace tomorrow. Hey, if I'm Nani right now, I'm looking like, yeah, I'm gonna bang, and I'm gonna make Saka uncomfortable getting back into this team. You should do it. So not like Saka has been great. He looked whack this season. Something's off. I know he was nursing an injury. I know if he's fully over that yet, but something isn't right. Let's go over things I yelled at the Top Gooder saying. Kai saying Kai is bad and Top Good is defending him. Second, Sesko is bad. Odegaard is bad. Odegaard is not captain. Player before the game. Good. Oh my God, Reda. You can't win with them, you know. And I have the Top Gooner test. I'll tell you the Top Gooner test after I read Julia's comment. Who you think wins the league and the UCL then? I think City win the league as of now. And that's because of our manager, bro. Like, I think we should win it, but I think Arteta will find a way to get in his own way. And by that, I mean he's going to try to win his way by trying to win through Odegaard and try to win through Havertz to prove a point. He's going to bite off his nose to cut it. It's going to cut off his nose to spite his face, and it's going to mess us up. But I don't trust him. It's a 2-point lead with 69 points to play for. It's a sticky situation to be in because I've seen him bottle an 8-point lead. Don't trust him. You don't. No, he's a cheating spouse. You know, he's a cheating spouse, man. So every time she goes to the corner store, I think she's out there sucking a dick. I don't trust Arteta. I don't. So, but there's a Top Gooner test, man. There's a Top Gooner test that you can use. If a man is giving you energy and you don't know if he's a Top Gooner, you can give him this test and you'll find out that if he or she is a Top Gooner, yeah? If you're having a conversation with him and you make this statement, you know, Arsenal Football Club have not won a trophy in 5 years and we need to fix up. And just watch their response. They will acknowledge, they will nod north and south, and they will wholeheartedly agree with you that Arsenal Football Club as an organization haven't won a trophy in 5 years and it's unacceptable. They will agree with you. But then proceed to make the exact same statement where you cross out Arsenal and say Arteta. Then you say Arteta hasn't won shit in 5 years and he needs to fix up. Brother, watch how the energy changes. All you did was change Arsenal with Arteta. And their agreement will turn into violent discourse. Those 5 things that they called you will be kind to the shit that they're going to tell you when you say Arteta instead of Arsenal. Don't take my word for it. Any person that you're getting energy from and you're not sure if they're a Top Gooner or not, if they'll either go one way, one or the other way, and then you'll know. But it never fails. They will yell at you, all caps. Trust me, bro. I know this when I go on panels. When I go on the catch up, there is a brother on there named Aaron London. And there's another one called Boston. They're both mods on the catch up. Every time I'm on the catch up, them man type in all caps and will not let me live. It will not let me breathe. Man call me the Black Lee Gunner. Call me the Black Lee Gunner after the North London Derby when we were doing player ratings when I gave David Raya a 6. Now, if 1 to 10, a 5 is the average rating, so a 6 is above average, isn't it? So I gave David Raya a 6 because he got lobbed in the game. I'm sorry, you cannot get lobbed in a game of football and get a 7, 8 from me. I'm sorry. If you were making saves throughout the game, saves after saves, no. You got lobbed from 50 yards, bro. I can't. The Guna therapy. I said Arteta has to go. Gyökeres is the best number 9 in our club, and he's used wrong and not shit. I might go and rage bait this time. This time, try not to be nice. Hey, yeah, sometimes you have to fight fire with fire, but sometimes you can't win with these lot. I'm sorry. Sometimes you just have to let them be, man. Brother, I seen it all caps. Awesome. If I was the type to pay attention to the chat and get rattled, I couldn't go on these panels, you know. But I don't get rattled easily. Like I can't survive 5 combat tours and get rattled by some random people on YouTube in a YouTube chat. You know what I'm saying? Who we have a disagreement, a difference in opinion, and man decides to call me everything outside my name, you know. Sue says message sent. I checked my Gmail, haven't seen it, so you must have sent it to my IG. So let me check. And that's it. Shit. No, I need to save this. Download. Yes, Suze, I appreciate that. Now let me just share it to my computer real quickly. And I'll bring it up to the screen. Technology is beautiful, isn't it? Isn't it? Big up Suze every time. Well, what else was saying? I put up my predictions earlier. I don't know if you man agreed with my predictions or I said craziness in my predictions, but I do believe I'll be closer than I am most weeks with my predictions on this week's games, to be fair. Okay. All right, Suit, let's go. My overlays. And then we go bang. Whoa, you have a lot of files. You StreamYard just told me I need to delete some of my files. So look at some of the files that I have on here that I need to delete. I need to delete some of my files. I got my damn kneecap with all the screws in it. That's my knee. That's my actual knee with 4 screws in it after my ACL surgery. I need to take this out. So I can make room for my thing that I'm trying to upload from Suge. My apologies, Suge. And there she is. It is loading. This is what Sue sent me, y'all. It is a pass map. Odegaard will pass the ball to everyone apart from the striker. This is a number 10. That's not number 10ing. This is criminal. Normally when Sue says something, it's true. So I'm going to take this as gospel. You know? But this is crazy. And the thing is that if you're a conspiracy theorist and you see this heat map, and then you see Gyökeres comes on at halftime, but Eze goes at halftime. What are you meant to believe? What are you meant to surmise? Sabotage. They were making fun of Shane. Shane is one of the best fans I've met in any sport. Shane is a G, bro. Yep. I see him on the roundabout snickering at him, laughing at him, calling him fake fan, calling him everything other than his name. But somehow he turns out to be right most of the time. But this is criminal. So Gyökeres is just, we might as well replace Gyökeres with a cone. Arteta the cone man. Let's replace him with a cone and let's let him run around out there. You know? Because I guarantee you put Eze there, you might see some giveaways or some turnovers, but he will try and attempt. And I'm okay with my number 10 giving the ball away in an attempt to break the lines. All these safe passes that just leads to a hell of a whole heap of possession without any big chances. Because I was telling Sheldon in the beginning, like, bro, until I see Gyökeres start to miss chances at an alarming rate, I will not give up on him. You don't create for him, he won't score. He won't score, you can win him. If that's your strategy, it better win. It better work. Because you're going to be unemployed trying to be this tough guy, trying to win your way. If Odegaard starts, it'll be a 1-0 win. And they will take that, but I don't want that. Because the message sent behind that would be like, man, if we only are scraping by Wolves 1-0 at home, when we go to the Etihad in match week 33 where we need to win, long. Jaffic, my Jagans. The other stream was not calm. The top gooner said how calm this is and no arguments, and there is no thoughtful discussion and nothing's personal. He passed him 5 times in 60 minutes. That's bad for midfielders, not him. Yeah, Yuck was non-existent. He wasn't in the game one bit. I don't know how they worked that out. But, you know, if somehow we had scumbag the win, they would have been okay with it. He's doing this, he's doing that. You know, the same energy they run for Florian Wirtz where, you know, they're talking about how much grass he covers and everything other than the GA. Well, Gyökeres, we need a whole lot of... We'll take some of the A's, but we need a whole lot of the G's. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah. But you know what? I am going to be back tomorrow morning before the games go on my time. I'll be on probably at 3 p.m. UK time, 7 a.m. my time, just to get a fresh look at the games coming up and to get back in the rhythm of my morning streams. But Mana, Drilly, Jagan, Suj, Simone, Mepupa, Sheldon, who else was in here? BX Gunner, every single one of you. I appreciate your time and what you contributed to the football and conversation. You men are goated, absolute legends. With that being said, I'm gonna love you and leave you. Yeah, and I'm gonna go pour me some more fresh squeezed orange juice with some soju and kick off the rest of the Friday. Yeah, blessed love. I can't be critical of this, and Odegaard has done nothing. Odegaard has done fuck all. Yeah, but we got Eze, bruv. We got Eze. We have the solution. Big up, Gavin. I got you in here as well, man. Silent listening, but appreciate you. Appreciate you, man. I hope you are good. But I will be back. Like I always say, people, take care of yourselves and each other. Until next time, we are gone.